Our connection with all beings and all life on this planet. And then to stop and ask ourselves what kind of a blessing we are, or what kind of a blessing we are not. You see, stop and think for just a moment. Our physical being is indeed earth, water, and air. Now, Jane Yolen wrote, and I'm going to share this with you because I think it's very important for us to give consideration to, particularly today. I am the earth, and the earth is me. Each blade of grass, each honey tree, each bit of mud and stick and stone is blood and muscle, skin and bone. And just as I need every bit of me to make my body fit, so earth needs grass and stone and tree, and things that grow here naturally. That's why we celebrate this day. That's why across the world we say, as long as life, as dear as free, I am the earth, and the earth is me. Now, I have a willingness to accept my connection to the earth and all of the varied life experiences the earth shares. And one of the reasons why is because my grandfather was a remarkable, remarkable man who truly did consider nature his original church. He had a wonderful cabin in Wisconsin on a trout stream. And I spent a lot of time there with my grandparents. And one day, he and I were taking a walk. And I said, "Grandpa, Papa, how come so many of these stones are so big?" And he said, "Do you really think they're that big?" And I said, "Well, yes, they're bigger than I am." And he said, "No, they're not." And he lifted me up and he put me tummy down first on the stone. And he said, "Dear one, put your arms around it, give it a hug, and you will feel it hug you back." And indeed, I did. And then I got into the habit of every time that I was able to, when the snow wasn't too deep or too cold, get on that rock and feel its love, its energy, its power, its vibration, and give it back tenfold. It was an important time for me, a learning time, each time I was on that rock. And I could understand why nature was my original church. The opportunity that we have to look at things differently when it comes not only to my experience, your experience, but life itself, is an opportunity for us to recognize the power in the now moment and feel it like I did on that rock. I'd like to share the Beatitudes for the Earth. They were written by Richard Gilbert. And I think it's so important for us to recognize and understand the power that the thoughts and the words that we share have. So I will begin. Blessed are the heavens, for they declare the power of creation. Blessed is the earth, our beloved home, for she is a planet of plenitude.
Nothing can hurt me.
Blessed are the waters thereon, for they gave rise to living things. Blessed is the land. It is the source of life abundant.
Here I am.
Blessed is the air we breathe, for it fires us to life and to love. Blessed are the beasts of the field, for they are glorious to behold.
I am meant to be.
Blessed are the birds of the air, for they crave a graceful arc in the sky. Blessed are the mountains and the seas and the valleys, for the variety makes rich our habitat.
I am home.
Blessed are the fields of grain, the orchards of fruit, for they give us sustenance and ask nothing in return. Blessed are the dwellers of the earth, for they cherish the privilege of living on it.
I am meant.
Blessed are they who protect the earth and all creatures, from the plants of the field to the trees of the forest, for their reward shall be harmony with the web of existence. Rejoice and be glad, for the earth and her people are one.
I am home.
When I was a young boy, my dad and my mom and the whole family would travel down into Mexico. We would go down into Mexico, into the city of Magdalena, during the fiestas. Typically October 3rd, somewhere in the October time, we would see these fiestas. It was a religious festival that we would go to. We would go in to see San Francisco, and we would see a lot of Yaqui Indians doing the dance of the deer, climbing up a pole slowly, barefooted, going up the pole around a rope and dancing with their maracas, and then getting up on the pole. It was a telephone pole that they would sit up on and dance and pray homage to the deer, pray homage to God, and then come back like they were in a trance, coming back down. And it was awesome to see. It was a learning experience. That's why I have this strong love for Native American prayers, for Mexican Indian prayers, for these prayers that are so interesting. And my read is, Are You Part of the Earth?, attributed by Chief Seattle. Its exact origins are unknown. And here we go. We are part of the earth. It is part of us. The perfumed flowers are our sisters. The deer, the horse, the great eagle. These are our brothers. The rocky crest, the juices of the meadows, the body heart of the pony, and humans all belong to the same family. So then the great chief of Washington sends word that he wishes to buy our land. He asks much of us. If we decide to accept, I will make one condition. The man must treat the beasts of this land as a brother. I am a savage and do not understand any other way. I have seen thousands of rotting buffaloes on the prairie, left by the man who shot them from a passing train. I am a savage and do not understand how the smoking iron horse can be more important than the buffalo we kill only to stay alive. What are humans without the beasts? If the beasts are gone, humans would die from a great loneliness of spirit. From whatever happens to the beasts soon happens to humans. All things are connected. This we know. This earth does not belong to humans. Humans belong to the earth. This we know. All things are connected, like the blood that unites one family. All things are connected. Whatever befalls the earth befalls the children of the earth. Humans did not weave the web of life. They are merely a strand in it. Whatever people do to the web, they do to themselves. Thank you, Chief Seattle, for these words of wisdom. Thank you.
Years ago, I was given the blessing of being introduced to Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes. And in the process of becoming a practitioner, I did a lot of his readings. And one of the things that I read was, I heard in the singing brook. Yes, he wrote it. And why I identified with it so much was because, as I shared earlier, growing up next to that trout stream, hearing the sounds of nature in so many different ways, and recognizing that they showered me with blessings. I listened one day to a little brook as it went singing along. It babbled to me of cool spots and of shady nooks away from the haunts of others. I followed my little friend to a place where sweet-scented ferns and grass, shaded by the trees, whispered thoughts of peace to me. I lay flat on the ground and I listened to the voice of nature. I slept, and in my sleep a vision came. I was shown that all nature is alive and filled with one presence. I beheld in the brook the laughter of God, in the overhanging branches the protection of the infinite, in the waving grass and the ferns of the whisperings of God's love. I sensed in this atmosphere the vitality of life. And the sun, reflected in the little stream, covered all with a golden glow. I woke refreshed and renewed in mind and body, and I went again into the places where people live, confident and happy.
We hope you really like these videos. If you like, please press like and subscribe, and we thank you.
Thank you for watching the video. We make these videos for you. So if you do like it, please give us a like. It helps us a lot. And also subscribe so you don't miss out on wonderful content.
You know how important liking and subscribing are? Well, I do. I know how important it is. Our interfaith community asks you, if you enjoyed this today, like it and subscribe.
This is where it all comes together. The good, the bad, and the weird. But we're doing this for you guys. If you like it, hit like. And if you're subscribed, your wish will be granted.